Welcome back to AI the Somnium Files. My name is Jake. And last time we got shot at, we talked to Yakuza guys, and we got a call from number 89. And now we went to meet these two. Maybe we will meet Iris as well. So let's...
Date, look! A little stink bug! Yay! A stink bug!
Aiba has the tendency to get excited about bugs. I wouldn't.
That one is called Lying, Wishing, Marking Demons.
I think we knew that already. Yeah, it's the reception desk, alright.
Oh, that's room Doyer.
Who is that?
No idea. Yeah, I would like to get rich too. So, oh yeah, what? Fucking.
That's just a high stool.
What about high school?
I said stool.
One more bowl, please.
That would be soba.
So many puns in this game. Now the door. Let's talk to you first. The girl with the big tits is sitting behind the counter. Yeah, that's what I've decided to call her. Not to her face, of course. You're cute.
You get asked out a lot, don't you? I don't know why you're sitting here behind a desk. You should be an idol.
Oh, thank you.
I hate her voice and I think that's the point.
But despite my looks, I am a bit too old to be an idol. I couldn't get into it now.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I turned 36 this year.
Oh, that was like yikes. That's.
You're kidding.
Thank you for the call.
No problem. After all, it means we get to see each other again.
I'm glad.
Yeah, let's.
Wow, that's awfully aggressive. You're an alpha type, aren't you? I kinda like that.
And I kind of like you.
Why so pissed off?
Oh, but there is one little thing you should know about me.
I wonder if the sound is fine.
I'm a reptilian.
What? Really?
Is that going to be a problem?
What's a reptilian?
A reptilian humanoid alien.
Yeah.
They are said to be shapeshifters that take on human form.
Yeah, that is definitely going to be a problem.
Oh, too bad.
Where the fuck is Iris?
She's recording a podcast right now. Looking at her schedule, it should end soon.
Hey, girl with the big tits.
You said that aloud.
Excuse me?
Shit, I said it to her face.
I want to run away and never look back.
Well, that was stupid. Where have you been?
Nowhere. Just doing my normal routine.
I don't know your normal routine.
I went to a Dojin store to look at the new releases. And I ate some ramen at Jiro's, and then headed over to the PC cafe to browse threads. You know, normal.
If that's normal, I haven't had a normal day in my life.
About Renju's case.
I don't know anything. I've only seen Renju a couple of times.
I didn't think it was possible to be this bad at lying.
Though it is plainly obvious, I did a thermal check on Ota's body. This is his current body temperature.
That's what I thought. Have you forgotten, Ota? You're my thrall.
Dots.
You don't want me to tell Iris your secret, do you?
Huh?
Wait, it's no big deal. I just...
You better start talking.
Okay.
About Mizuki.
Mizuki didn't seem like she was angry with you.
What? You met Mizuki? Oh, at the interrogation.
That's right. He doesn't know I live with Mizuki. I have no reason to hide it, but it's sort of hard to explain. Yeah, I spoke to Mizuki at her, questioning earlier.
You're sick, Date.
What?
Questioning? That sounds dirty. If I were writing a light novel, that's exactly how I would describe a sexy scene.
What kind of novels are you writing, kid?
Wasn't Mizuki like proofreading them for you? About Renju's case.
Last night, I was walking over to Sunfish Pocket, and I saw Renju come out of the building.
Was he alone?
Dots.
Someone was with him.
Dots.
man.
Dots.
No. A woman. Okay, look. I can tell you're trying to protect her, but you have to help me out here. Was it Iris?
No, it definitely for sure wasn't Tessa.
This kid.
Got it. So Renju was with Iris.
Dots. Dots.
Okay, fine. There's no point in hiding it, I guess. You're right. Renju came out of the building with Tessa. Tessa has nothing to do with this. She wouldn't murder anyone. She wouldn't hurt a fly. She's an idol. Idols don't kill people.
You need to stop putting her on a pedestal.
Tessa is a savior to me. The Tessa I know wouldn't hurt anyone.
When was this? You met her. Saw him and her. A savior.
The first time I met her, I had a bad case of writer's block. And I saw all this awful negativity online, and I lost sight of what I really wanted to write. It was the lowest point of my life.
He is talking like a professional, though he hasn't published anything.
Yeah.
Then, by pure chance, I found a video of Tessa singing and dancing, and it made me realize something important. You don't have to care what people think, you know? If you do your best at what you believe in, your message will get through to people. That attitude is something all great creators need to have. After that, I became a huge ACET fan and got over my writer's block. And I know I'm not the only one Tessa has inspired. A lot of otaku like me say that Tessa is their savior. She cheers them up when they're down. So there's no way Tessa can be involved in murder. Absolutely impossible.
Well, we need to meet with her and question her about meeting with Renju. Slow down, I didn't say Iris was the murderer.
But do you suspect her?
I need to hear her side of the story. If I do, I might find out she's totally innocent. If you truly believe that she didn't do it, you should tell me everything you know.
But...
Do it for Iris.
Dots. Yes, what time?
around 6:15, I guess.
It's been a day since I recorded, so... well, they might say.
Where did they go?
I didn't see. They got into Renju's car and drove off.
And what did you do?
I went inside Sunfish Pocket, but I saw a sign that said the entire club was reserved. I figured I would just go home.
What happened?
soup.
Date.
Iris, there's something I need to ask you. Come with me.
Hmm?
Police headquarters, Sunday 8:23 p.m. I'm so annoyed at myself. I can't remember the time. I could check it, but maybe I'll do that later. So got official questioning this time.
Iris, I'm going to ask you some questions. Please answer honestly. However, you do not have to say anything that might incriminate you.
The right to remain silent? You're treating me like a criminal.
Not exactly. I'm just looking for the truth, and I would appreciate your cooperation.
Dots. Nice camera.
This is the camera used to record the interrogation. Images captured by this camera are sent to the database in real time. It is later saved permanently on our servers. You can remotely control it as well.
As it should be. Can you see that turning? Does move his head. That's nice. Boss was here, but we can't talk to her. So yeah, let's ask some questions. She looks kind of sad. Iris looks nervous. It's understandable, of course, after suddenly being taken to a place like this. Let's ask about working at Sunfish Pocket.
I heard you used to work at Sunfish Pocket.
That's right.
How long?
A little over a year.
Working there that long, you're probably pretty familiar with the equipment.
Yeah, I guess.
About the camera.
What about the surveillance camera? Do you know where those tapes were stored?
What are you trying to say?
Yeah, that was pretty forward. Dots. Is Ota's story true?
Here's what Ota told me. Yesterday around 6:15 p.m., you and Renju came out of the Sunfish Pocket building. Is that true?
Yes? Mr. Okiura called me and told me he wanted me to come to Sunfish Pocket, ASAP.
Around what time was that?
5 p.m., I think. I got ready, then headed over there. I guess I got there about an hour later.
Date, I checked her call history. At 4:58 p.m., there is a record of a call to Iris from Renju's phone.
If she was planning to murder him, it would be kind of weird to get called by the victim to a place and then do the whole setup. Unless... No, that's stupid. What were you doing with Renju?
What were you doing with Renju?
He asked me about a job.
What kind of job?
He rented out Sunfish Pocket for a party and he wanted me to MC. He said that it was an important party and that a lot of big shots were gonna be there. But the girl he asked to do it originally got sick and couldn't come. But I turned him down.
Why?
Because I'm just an internet idol. I've never done any MCing before, especially with important people being there.
What did you do after you turned him down?
What did you do after you turned him down?
I left with Mr. Okiura at 6:15 p.m. That must have been when Ota saw me.
And after that?
I asked Mr. Okiura to take me home in his car. I got home at 7 p.m. I was home the rest of the night.
I think the time of death was either at 8 or 8:50 p.m.
What do you think, Iba?
I cannot detect any contradictions. However, her story appears almost too organized.
Yeah, she knew the time, like, yeah, it was 6:15 p.m. that I left.
Human memory is ambiguous. Her use of exact times leads me to be suspicious.
That's true.
Do you have an alibi for last night?
What were you doing from 7 to 9 last night?
I was at home the whole time.
You're sure?
Yes.
Iba, thermograph.
There is no noticeable rise in Iris's body temperature.
She isn't lying.
I wouldn't trust this thermometer thing 100%, but yeah.
Not necessarily. We must consider the possibility that she is a natural liar.
With that kind of confidence, her temperature wouldn't change.
Yeah.
Correct.
Renju's estimated time of death was 8 p.m. last
Okay,
night.
it was 8 p.m. I like that they bring it up, that this is not something that can be taken as the truth.
If Iris's story is true, she couldn't have done it.
There is another possibility. Even if Iris was at home, she could have killed Renju.
You mean...
Yeah, it would be nice to know about your mother. When did you find about Wait, what? When did you find out Renju was killed?
When did you find out Renju was killed?
This morning, on the news.
And you were with Renju last night? You didn't think to call the police and inform them of this?
Oh, sorry. Is that something you're supposed to do?
That's...
I had a podcast to record this morning, so if I went to the police, I'd be late. And that would cause everyone a lot of trouble, you know?
Can I ask your mother about your alibi? I think she will die at some point, her mother.
I'll ask again. You are sure you were at home around 8 p.m. yesterday?
Yes.
Can I ask your mother about your alibi?
You can, but there'd be no point.
Why is that?
My mom wasn't home. She came back home early this morning.
This morning?
Yeah.
Where was she?
I don't know.
You don't know.
That's...
Come to think of it, Iris's mom had connections to Renju too.
Hitomi did mention that yesterday.
Renju was my classmate at Eitoku High. We've known each other for 20 years now.
Oh yeah.
However, we have nothing to link her to the case.
But I am curious. What was Hitomi doing last night?
Am I a suspect?
It's not like that.
It's fine, Date. It's true that I met with Mr. Okiura yesterday, but... How do I put this? It's impossible that I'm the killer.
Why?
I'm a teenage girl. Mr. Okiura is a fully grown man.
There were sedatives that were used.
Well, she's got a point. A girl like her could have stabbed, poisoned, or shot him dead, but strangling?
No, it's still possible. You see.
What's this? You can check stuff out while I'm turning. Yeah, the sedation. X.
A heavy concentration of sedatives were discovered in Renju's body. Renju was practically in a coma before he died. He wouldn't have struggled.
So, Iris could have strangled him.
Wait a minute. Even if I was somehow able to kill him, the rest of it is impossible.
The rest of it?
Like hanging up his body?
Was that brought up by news? Maybe.
How do you know that?
What do you mean? It's all over the news.
Yeah.
That's true. Renju weighed about 160 pounds. Even if she used her entire body weight, I don't think she could have hauled him up.
Right. It would be hard for her to do it with her strength alone. But with a little ingenuity, it could be done.
Ingenuity?
Oh fuck! I guess it's the.
Renju's corpse was discovered at the maid
Oh
cafe.
yeah, let's
Sunfish
look at
Pocket,
this first.
hanging from a beam on the ceiling by a wire. He was found over the counter. The wire was attached on both ends. One end was attached to a hook that was embedded inside Renju's jaw. The other end was attached to beer kegs found on the floor. The kegs hold approximately 20 liters of liquid. They weigh approximately 55 pounds each.
So I guess you could somehow use those to do the thing. But let's look
The
at all
autopsy
of these.
determined that Renju vacated his bowels for muscle relaxation upon death. However, no trace of this was found on the corpse or at the scene. This means that it is highly likely Renju was killed elsewhere and moved to where he was found.
So yeah, there would still be the. Even if we say that he could have been hung up, but how would she transport him to the place? I checked that one, and that's probably. No. This one we will show, but let's look at all of these first. Must have been killed somewhere else. Jump out there.
Renju's estimated TOD is yesterday, around 8 p.m. Numerous hemorrhages in the blood vessels of the throat and face indicate strangulation. The weapon used to commit the murder was some kind of twisted cloth. The criminal likely wrapped it around Renju's neck and pulled. Renju then suffocated. The more precise cause of death is cerebral circulation failure due to vessel closure in the neck. In short, Renju was strangled from behind with some kind of cloth or rope.
I like that Date is just walking around the room and not saying anything, just thinking about stuff.
Sunfish Pocket is located on the second floor. According to the records, from 6:30 p.m. until the body was found, the elevator stopped on the second floor only once, at 8:55 p.m. The total weight detected in the elevator was approximately 310 pounds.
And this won't probably add up either with Iris and Renju. I don't think they weigh the same.
I know this watch. It's Renju's favorite. I found it inside an oil drum at Sunfish Pocket. That means...
that he was inside of it at some point.
The oil drum is the type that has a lid you can open, with about a 200-liter capacity. Empty, it weighs approximately 44 pounds.
Oh. So, this plus the body plus Iris could be the elevator. I don't think she is the killer, but might as well poke around. So, what was asked? Yeah, it's this one.
It went like this. First, Renju was laid out on the counter. Next, the wire was thrown over the beam and connected to the hook in his jaw. Then all you need to do is put the 3 beer kegs on the counter.
You think a teenage girl could have done that?
I'm sure it was hard. The kegs weighed 55 pounds each. But that's not impossible, even for a teenage girl.
I guess it isn't impossible.
Dots.
After that, you get on top of the counter, hook the other end of the wires to the kegs.
Maybe she wasn't the killer, but the killer made her do this. Somehow. Not sure how, but could be possible.
And then, what do you think happens if you kick the kegs off the counter?
The 3 kegs weighed 165 pounds altogether. Renju weighs 5 pounds less. I guess that would make it possible.
Ah, math. Not math.
But there is one more thing.
What?
Considering the state of the crime scene, it's clear Renju was killed elsewhere and brought to where we found him. If Iris is the culprit, how did she move the body?
Hey!
I know. You're going to say you couldn't have moved a 160-pound body.
Unfortunately for her, she could have.
How?
So we use the oil drum now, I guess. And this shows that he was probably inside it at some point.
Do you know what this is?
Dots.
It's Renju's favorite watch. This was discovered inside an empty oil drum at Sunfish Pocket.
Hey, Date, I know you're on a roll right now, but could you please report things like that according to protocol?
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that it wouldn't be so hard to move a body if it were in a cylinder. You would just have to roll it.
So you're saying Renju's body was moved inside the drum, which is how the watch came off. But the suspect didn't notice it.
I'm not saying anything for sure. Just pointing out that it's possible.
I didn't do it! You don't even have any witnesses! If I were rolling an oil drum in the middle of the street, people would have noticed!
You could have put it in a car and driven it.
I don't have a license!
Doesn't mean you can't drive.
Yeah, you don't need a license to drive a car.
Even an AI can drive nowadays.
Are you mocking me?
Don't make sudden outbursts like that.
You insulted me.
Don't make this weird, Dad.
Just be quiet.
Yeah.
Who are you talking to?
Dots. Dots. Dots.
Anyway, Iris, you weigh about 105 pounds, right?
Where is this coming from?
If only you weighed more. Or less.
That is none of your business.
Yeah, it lines up with...
No, I mean that your weight is relevant to the case. If the oil drum was used to transport the corpse, then the possibility of the suspect being around 105 pounds is extremely likely.
Why do you say that?
Yeah, that one, and that one.
Iris, on which floor is Sunfish Pocket located?
Interrogation, implicate Iris, achievement unlocked.
On the second floor?
That's right. So, I checked the elevator records. Before the corpse was discovered, the elevator only stopped at the second floor once, at 8:55 p.m. And we discovered that the total cargo weight on the elevator was about 310 pounds. Renju weighed 160. The oil drum weighs 44. Together, that's about 205. Subtracting that from 310...
This doesn't look good.
If we want to defend her, if someone knew all of these numbers and did the math, because that's what murderers do, they do math, you could just leave the watch inside the old drum and though if we hadn't gotten Ota's testimony that she was with Okiura, this plan wouldn't have worked for the killer, because she would have probably told that at any time.
Why are you...
Now this obviously doesn't prove you're the murderer. A lot of people weigh 105 pounds. Or someone could have put 105 extra pounds in the elevator, sent it up, and taken the stairs to throw us off the trail. However,
they would have to know that the elevator has a record system like that.
Date, stop. Iris is acting strange. Don't turn around.
why not?
Just stay put. Keep your eyes on the wall. There are several cameras in this room. 2 surveillance cameras installed at the corners of the ceiling, and 1 camera on a tripod. I hacked each to gain access to their recordings. Look at this.
Okay, we can look at stuff from a different angle. Oh fuck, did I pick the right thing?
Ah, shit.
Oh, to save me, they're accusing me. It's okay. Just stay calm.
Iris, what are you thinking? What is that thing? Hey, answer me, Iris.
She's definitely hiding something, Date. Sync with her.
Iris is experiencing REM sleep. The medication is working perfectly.
No, we're just doing
about
this
it,
right
Date?
away.
Think you can do it?
Not a problem. Get it started.
The time limit is 6 minutes. So before time is up,
I know.
then let's begin.
I think we will end the episode when we can save.
What is this place?
It was kind of annoying that I couldn't stop the text messages from moving since it was in a cutscene, so I'll have to look at that later in my recording. But yeah, let's do the Iris's Somnium next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.